Ahoy there, YouTube! We're back again today for another gameplay impression video, and today I'm here with my lovely wife, Melina.
Hello.
We just got done checking out Barker's Row from Overworld Games, which is coming to Kickstarter very, very soon. 2 to 4 players, 30 to 60 minutes, and I think it said for maybe like ages 10 plus. I think that's probably about the right area.
Yeah.
And in this game, you are going to be trying to get rubes, aka meeples, over to your grandstand. If you're the first person to fill up your grandstand, you're going to win the game. And it's a very simple game. You're not going to be doing too much on your turn. You're going to be making some interesting choices. There's a lot of different special abilities that are going to be flying around. But your initial thoughts on the game?
I like it. It was quick. Easy to learn.
Yes, it says 30 to 60 minutes. We played a 2-player game of it. I had no experience whatsoever playing it. We sat down with the PDF version of the rules. It was incredibly easy to learn. It was easy to teach to you. And yeah, it was just under 30 minutes, and I also really enjoyed the game as well a lot. So essentially on your turn, you are going to have 3 potential cards that you're going to be putting out into the middle, and you're trying to match your cards to cards you're going to have in your hand. You're going to have these big, oversized attraction cards in your hand, and if you reach a certain number, you are going to be able to play one of these attraction cards in front of you. This attraction card will give you some victory points towards the end of the game, aka rubes or meeples, but it's also going to give you a persistent special ability you can use, or a one-time special ability you can use on your turn. And I felt like that each of the different attractions had its own unique flavor and feel to it, which I thought was really cool as well. So, we don't have the full artwork on the game, but I actually did really enjoy the artwork on the Barker cards. It definitely creates the feel of like an old-timey carnival. There's a little bit of artwork on some of the, what are they called, the attraction cards, and I like that artwork as well. It really does give you the feel of an old-timey carnival. Yeah, not too much of the artwork is done. I think it's all the way, yeah, right there. It's, yeah, you like that?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah, oversized cards. I feel like all
of it's a little creepy, but
I mean, yeah, I mean it is old-timey carnival.
It gives the atmosphere.
So, 2 players, definitely. I think I enjoy this as a 2-player game. Do you think you're going to like it with more players?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't see why I wouldn't.
Yeah, there doesn't seem like there's too much messing with other people aside from taking cards out in the middle of the row.
Yeah.
I definitely could see 2 players potentially being my favorite way to play this game, though, because it seems like there would be a lot less player interference, especially with the wild cards and how you take it out. Now, one thing
I do think that the game, clearly, I think it, like the box says, like 30 to 60 minutes because it's going to take longer.
Yeah, it's definitely going to take
players.
more time with more players. But still, your turns are going to go by very quickly. A lot of the turns, you're just going to flip over one of the cards, and then you're going to be like, I can't do anything else in this turn. My turn's going to be over. Like, your turn, we had turns that lasted 5 seconds, and it was just like, pass.
It's not really a strategy game, per se.
See, I disagree heavily with that.
I think there's very light strategy.
See, and
But I don't think, because, I mean, you're basically a slave to what's in the row in front of you.
See, and I disagree with that.
To what you can pick from to play.
Your cards that you had, your attraction cards in your hand, it kind of dictated you played that way. I had some cards where if I was able to get 1 or 2 things to go my way, like there was a point, like she was beating me. She ended up beating me. But you were to a point where you thought you had it in the bag, didn't you? I mean, you had, I think, 6 meeples up on me.
And then
but
you caught up.
I kind of caught up, but there was
you caught up.
There was one opportunity that I had where if she would have not taken the cards that I needed out of the middle, I would have been able to pull it out of nowhere.
He would have gotten 4 meeples in 1 turn.
And that's what I'm talking about. And there's a lot of these attraction cards. They do a lot of different things. Now, yours were mostly pretty self-explanatory. Like, they added +1s to the wilds and +1 to your cards. Some of the ones I had, and I think maybe they're the orange ones, they're a little bit more forward-planning type of cards. And I don't think you had any of the orange cards, did you? I think you...
The orange cards I did.
Oh.
But mine weren't like that.
Yeah, some of the ones that I had in my hand were more... Maybe it's yellow. They were more forward planning where I was trying to figure out what I was going to do 1 step in advance because, yeah, I wanted to get more rooms. But overall, I feel like, yeah, definitely positive impressions on the first gameplay of this. I'm probably going to ask her to play another game. We might play a live game of this. If you're okay with that, maybe do just put the camera on it. I'm excited to get it to game night, and I'm excited to see what the final artwork looks like on all the different cards. 2 to
it's
4 players.
Artwork is very fun.
And I will say, this is definitely out of the wheelhouse of Overworld games. For a long time, Overworld's games, they did Good Cop, Bad Cop. They did New Salem. They had Booze Barons. They're mostly known for social deduction type of games. So this is nice to see them stepping out of their wheelhouse. Oh, last big aspect I wanted to mention, I completely forgot. I really like how the strength track works. I think that's really cool. It seems like it's a natural catch-up mechanism. Like, I don't feel like... So how it works is...
Oh, yeah.
I mentioned that you have to have a certain number of points in order to score an attraction and put an attraction down. And as you get more attractions out, you go up on this strength track, and this strength track is going to make it so it's harder to put out more attractions. So even if you start off rocky, the other player is going to have more of a problem scoring than you will. But there's also a unique aspect, too, where you're only going to have 3 attraction cards in your hand at a time. And if you don't like those attraction cards, or maybe something else out there on the board could potentially score. Like, we ran into the scenario where I might have been able to score another attraction if I had a pink card in my hand. So I was like, ooh, I might discard 2 of my cards, draw 2 new cards, and then hopefully get a pink one in order to score. But by doing that, I move up one on the strength track, which would make it more difficult to score.
Yep.
Overall, I really enjoyed this one. I'm excited to play it some more. I'm excited to see the final components. And I got to give a huge shout out to GameCrafter as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we've been doing a lot of Kickstarter
Stepping it
games
up.
for the last 5 years. And
Yeah.
wow! This is
That's impressive.
yeah, this is Kickstarter components. Like,
That's an impressive thing coming out of GameCrafter.
yeah, kudos to GameCrafter on that. Kudos to Overworld Game. I think this is going to be a really solid hit that I think if people play it, they're really going to enjoy this one.
Mm-hmm.
So that is Barker's Row, almost forgot the game, from Overworld Games, coming to a Kickstarter near you very, very soon. Stay tuned to the channel because I have a feeling we're going to do a gameplay video of it as well, and hopefully that will show how to play the game a little bit better than us explaining it. But for now, we both really enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this gameplay video, be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. In the comments below, let me know, Carnival or Fair? Which would you rather go to? What's the difference?
I don't think I've ever been to a carnival.
I know you hate these. You hate them so much.
I do. I hate these. But I don't think I've ever been to a carnival.
So I've been to Shoe Carnival.
That doesn't count.
I did not like it.
That doesn't count.
Okay, so what's the difference? So a fair, I feel like Carnival as a traveling thing, and I feel like Fair as more of a consistent thing. Like, I think Three Rivers Festival is a fair that happens consistently.
A lot of those like rides and stuff, those people travel.
They're
travel.
not
Local things,
but
they travel.
They come to the event. Just because you were carny doesn't mean that it's a carnival. And I hope carny's not a negative slang now. Hope like I'm not going to get.
I think it might be.
Okay. I think the difference between a carnival and a fair is the fact is a fair is a predetermined thing that happens every year, whereas a carnival is just kind of like, hey, on this set date, we're just going to set this up. So maybe if you had a carnival running for 3 consecutive years, then it becomes a fair. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know.
The moral of the
I
story.
don't know that I've ever been to a carnival.
Moral of the story is I one time got dumped for a carny.
Wow.
I've told you that story, right?
Yeah, I think so. Oh my god.
Oh, but if you enjoy it,
That's pretty bad.
As always, thanks for your time, YouTube.
Bye.